What is up, guys? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel for another episode of Retro Reviews. So, as you can see, we're on the San Diego Chargers homepage. I took the Chargers through a season on a challenge, right? So the challenge was on offense. I took out Marion Butts and Anthony Miller. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much a good handicapping of the team, because that means Ronnie Harmon and Joe Caravello were my running backs. And Rod Bernstein here and there, but he was mainly on the kick returns. But yeah, no Marion Butts or Anthony Miller for offense, right? And on defense, I also limited myself to not, kind of like I did with the Falcons, right? I did not allow myself to control this guy here, Gil Bird. He's very, as you can see, he's very highly rated, 69 speed on good with 75 interceptions. Also 56 hitting power, 81 quickness. So Gil Bird, I'm going to say he's right up there with Dion, right, as far as his ratings goes. So I did not control him. So as you can see, we went 14-2 on the season. So yes, Josh, once again, right, 14-2. Now I will say this: we easily could have had a worse record than that. We won a couple close games. For example, we beat the Chiefs one game 10-7. Okay, so just a 10-7. Over the Chiefs, so barely with, just winning by a field goal there. The last game of the season against the Broncos, we won 17-10, and we got our touchdown with 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We was tied at 10 there at the end, right? So I was thinking there was another game too that was pretty close. I mean that we won. See, I think it was, let's go to the schedule here. I think it was recent too. Let's see. Did we play? Yeah, Miami Dolphins. Yeah, we had a tough game against them. Barely beat them. It was like 17-14, something like that. So yeah, there was a few games that we we was kind of fortunate to win, right? So we could have had a worse record than we did. But yeah, the two losses, right, was to the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Raiders, right? So yeah, the Browns gave us our first loss of the season. I believe it was like week 8, because I think we started out like 7-0. And yeah, the Browns, it was tough. I remember that game because that's one of those games that kind of stuck out. I mean, yeah, a lot of times when you lose, it stucks out, but especially, I don't know, it was tied at halftime at 14 on the Chargers, and Chargers got the second half kickoff, right? But Billy Joe, our quarterback here, threw an interception on that opening drive, and it was early in the drive, so it was like our side of the field. I mean, deep on our side. I mean, it was like at the 30-yard line. Maybe at the 20. I'm gonna say at the 30. At our 30-yard line, he got intercepted, and the Browns got a quick touchdown after that, so they went up 21-14. They got another touchdown, made it 28-14, and that was the final score. We could not muster any more points in that second half. So yeah, the Browns beat it. So if you're listening and watching this orgasm, your Browns gave us our first loss of the season, 28-14. Yeah, and Billy Joe, right? He had four interceptions in that whole game. I mentioned he had the interception there at the second half, but yeah, total he had 4 interceptions in the game. So it's like, and I believe Kozar had 4 touchdowns. All 4 touchdowns was Bernie. So yeah, Bernie got the best of us that game. And then our second loss was to the Raiders. It was another close game. That was one of those games where Bo, he was just on fire, right? We had a chance at the end. We was I think we got within 6 and kicked an onside kick. But Bo even got the onside kick and he returned it for a touchdown. So it's like, oh jeez. He had some big runs on us on offense, but it's like, oh, okay, who else but Bo's going to get the onside kick too, huh? And then take that for a touchdown too. So it's like, okay, Tech Bo, you guys wanted Bo to have a great game and wanted us to lose. So yeah, that was our second and final loss of the season. So there you go, 14-2, Josh. I know, man, it's kind of weird, huh? So before I go over our stats here, though, we do have a few games to finish up the season, and they do have some maybe playoff implications and division standing implications. Let's just go to the standings here real quick. Well, the two divisions not decided yet are I believe it's both central divisions. Yep. Yeah, the NFC and AFC Central divisions have not been decided yet. So there's your Browns, Wargasm, at 8-7 right now. And they face the Steelers here. So if they win, they would be 9-7, just like the Bengals are. So now, if the Browns would win, and they'd have the same record, it's going to be going by points calculation. So whoever's got the better point advantage, that's going to be determine your division champ there. So your Brownies have a chance here, Wargasm, to, I'm going to say, get into the playoffs, but not only get in the playoffs, but win the division. Okay? They're not guaranteed a playoff spot because right now, they're 8-7. But so if they would lose to the Steelers, they'd be 8-8. And the Seahawks haven't played yet. So again, they would be 8-8 if they would win. Then they'd be going by points too. So a lot is up in. There's some, there's a few things up in the air right now. So let's go to the wire right now. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers. White Stone injured for the Steelers. The Browns in a close one, 17-14, with a Jerry Corrick field goal. Both quarterbacks struggled in the game, burning only 44% for 189 yards and a pick. Brister, even worse, only 30% completed. But hey, sometimes, that could be a typical Brown-Steeler game, a defensive struggle, right? 17-14, the Browns are victorious. That's going to make things interesting in that division now. Okay, nothing announced yet. So let's continue. Let's see. Cowboys, Falcons. I don't think this one has any implications. Well, Cowboys finished the season on a winning note. We'll have to see what their record was. I don't think they was in playoff contention, though. Your Cowboys got a W, Josh. Seahawks, Rams. Now that the Browns won, that might have eliminated the Seahawks from playoff contention. If they win. If they lose, I think they're definitely out. Seahawks getting injured here. Ooh, the Rams with a Mike Lansford field goal in overtime, I think, dashes the hopes of the Seahawks for any playoffs there, because now they're going to have a record of 7-9. Yep, the Seahawks had to win. So, yeah, there you go, Luigi. If you're watching this, your Rams, man, your Rams beat your Seahawks. But don't you like the Seahawks too? So, so who would you vote for in that one, huh? Vikings, Packers. I think this is the final game of the season. Green Bay with a 24-20 win. I think that's going to give them the division crown. It sure does. The Cleveland Browns are division champs. Are you kidding me? We're going to have to check that out. Wow. So let's check that out, those standings here now. So AFC East, Bills won the division at 12-4. Miami 10-6 are in the playoffs. Jets, Colts finish 5-11. Patriots 4-12. AFC Central, there the Browns won the division at 9-7. Both them and the Bengals identical records, but then it comes down to points calculation, and the Browns were just a little bit better on the points. As you can see, Browns scored 340 and gave up 311. And Bengals scored 379 but gave up 366. So it ain't about who scores more, it's about the difference, right? So you got to take your opponent's score and then basically you're kind of like turnovers, right? Plus this or plus that. So the Browns edge them out on the points, and that was close too because they only beat the Steelers by 3 points. So there you go. The Browns made it this time. Orgasm, your brownies are in. There's our division. 14-2 won the division, and the Chiefs are in the playoffs at 10-6. Oh boy, them Chiefs again. NFC East, the Redskins won the division at 11-5. Giants are in the playoffs at 10-6. Eagles got in at 9-7. The Cowboys were 9-7 too, but see, because of points, once again, the Eagles were just a little bit better on the points. Well, yeah, the Cowboys actually gave up more points than they scored. They must have got blown out a couple times. But man, that's so close, right? So close. NFC Central, there's the Packers, division champs, 11-5. Bears, 10-6 in the playoffs. The Packers have been the Packers, for me anyway. They've kind of I'd say they've got a boost here somehow. Just recently, the Packers have been doing better, winning that division. And in the playoffs. And in the West, 13-3 San Francisco 49ers, as always. Alright, so there's the division standings. Now let's go back to our page and let's go over our stats and see how everybody did. Starting with a quarterback, Billy Joe Tolliver. Just a so-so season. 62% completed for 2,766 yards. 25 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. So, yeah, I kind of figured he'd have numbers like that. I will say, he should have a little bit better numbers. I'm gonna say he should have over 3,000 yards and probably at least a few more touchdowns, because his wide receivers did not help him much. I mean, I'm saying they had a lot of drops. I mean, it was noticeable. It was like, it might go down as the most drops for wide receivers. I mean, they was like right to him, right? Doink, doink, doink. It's like, jeez, you dropped it again. Quinn Early and Nate Lewis were the culprits, right? It seemed like the running backs and the tight end usually caught them better, But yeah, he had his receivers had a lot of drops. He also had 24 runs, 154 yards, and a rushing touchdown. So Billy Joe, he had an okay season for what I'm going to say, considering the help that considering that his lackluster performance of his receivers. I'm going to say they underperformed, because they should have done better, because you can see his interceptions are a little high, 13 interceptions to 25 touchdowns, but yeah, hey. That's the cards we were dealt with, right? All right, Marion Butts did not play, so Mark Vlasic didn't either. So Billy Joe was in there all year. Rod Bernstein, he had 36 runs, 178 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 4 catches, 39 yards, but he was mostly on the kickoff returns, and he is injured right now. Joe Caravello, 39 runs, 235 yards. 6-yard average and 9 rushing touchdowns. Also had 15 catches, 240 yards, and a touchdown. He also seen some special teams action there. Ronnie Harmon, I guess he was our main running back. He had 116 attempts for 610 yards, 5.2 yard average, 9 rushing touchdowns. Also 30 grabs for 455 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. So yeah, Ronnie Harmon is a good receiving running back. All right, here's our first receiver there, Quinn Early. 24 catches, 652 yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns. Yeah, I'm gonna say he should have he probably dropped a couple touchdowns, so he should have 8. And he easily probably dropped 10. You could probably add 10 passes to his total there. He at least dropped 10, easy. It's like, man, and they were like a lot of times they were like medium short routes where he was stopped and bam, the ball was right to him. So yeah, we can't put it all on Billy Joe, right? Anthony Miller did not play. Nate Lewis, our other receiver there, 24 grabs, 607 yards, and 9 receiving touchdowns. Wow, look at this. Him and Early about almost the same again. Let's see. 24 for 607. 24 for 652. Early had 6 touchdowns, and Lewis had 9. He had 3 more touchdowns, but still, they both had 24 catches for 600 and some yards. Wayne Walker, 10 catches, 288 yards, 28-yard average. Now look at that. Look at that average, but still, you figure one of them would have went for a TD, right? Nope. Derek Walker, tight end, 20 catches, 462 yards, and 7 receiving touchdowns. Arthur Cox, very limited action, just 2 catches, 23 yards. But he did get some special teams play there. Our kicker, John Carney, I think he kicked a lot of field goals because of our, our lackluster offense and our receivers dropping balls and Billy Joe being off target sometimes. John Carney, I think, did have a pretty good season here. Let's see. Yeah, he hit all 47 He was 47 out of 47 on extra points and 24 out of 25 on field goal attempts. So, yeah, look at that. 24 field goals made. Just one miss. Kicking a lot of field goals this year with John Carney. Our punter, John Kidd, 5 punts for 310 yards, 62-yard average. All right, let's go to the defense. Burt Grossman had 3 sacks. Les Miller, nothing. Lee Williams, nothing. Now, that's surprising because, look, he's rated pretty good, 50-56 on average. You figured he would have got something, but nope. I didn't control him that much. I controlled either Grossman or Leslie O'Neal. Leslie O'Neal, 7 sacks. Junior Seau, 4 sacks. Yeah, Junior Seau is not rated that good on here. I'm going to say he's underrated. He should have been better than that. Gary Plummer, just 1 sack. And Henry Rolling, nothing. So, yeah, the Chargers, you can see the front 7 overall. The sack, as far as the sack numbers go, was this not too impressive there. Not too impressive. All right, Sam Seal, our cornerback there, 1 sack and 1 interception. Gilbert had 2 interceptions on his own. I did not control him. Vincey Glenn had 1 sack and 2 interceptions. And Martin Bayless had 3 interceptions. There you go. There's our stats for everybody. Let's go to the leaders here. I don't think I'm going to be up there, but yeah. Tolliver, wow. Where's he at? Number 17. Jeez. And that's with me playing, right? This ain't coaching. I mean, the 13 interceptions is what brought him down there. Because if you go by completion percentage, he's right there. He's there at number 8. See, but the main rating is the ranking is the rating, right? So going by ratings. Okay, it's my laptop. Got a video I just brewed and it's ready now. Billy Joe Tolliver ranked number 17. That's probably like one of the worst for me for playing, just being honest. And that's considering I like using any like when I control the Patriots with Mark Wilson, I always do better. Even with Phoenix with Rosenbach, so there you go. Yeah, Billy Joe, like I said, he's a little rough around the edges, which he's a scrapper, he's a fighter, but he does turn it over. Let's go to touchdown passes. Was he up there? Nope. 25. Yeah. He's there at 16. All right. Receiving, we're not going to be up here with too many league leaders here. How about yards per catch? We might be something there. There's Quinn Early, number 15, 27.1. Wow, that's it. Let's see about receiving touchdown. Yeah. Henry Ellard, 22. Alright, let's go to rushing. We're not going to be there either, but yeah, look at Bo, almost a 2,000-yard season. Yeah, we ain't going to be up there because I only had I probably ain't going to be on the list. Well, hey, I'm there. I'm dead last on the list, number 30 there. Harmon, 610 yards. Well, he's only like 31 on average, so. And I will say, he's a player that I've, played with before, obviously. But whenever I'm playing with him, I rarely see him on everyone excellent. It's like I'm lucky to get him on good just here and there, but he's usually just sticks at average or bad. Ronnie Harmon. It's like I don't know. Let's go to the punters. Hey, we led in something. John Kidd, our #1 punter league, beat out Reggie Ruby by 10 yards. Sacks, Charles Haley, 24. Jones on the Oilers, huh? 22. Hey, Ken Harvey on the Cardinals. Richard Dent, Thomas. Okay, kickoffs. Dexter Carter. Punt returns. There's Bill. Steelers. Yeah, we didn't. How about scoring? Thurman Thomas of the Bills. Henry Miller of the Rams. Hey, there we go. There's our kicker, John Carney. He's the top five in scoring error with 119 points between his 47 extra points and 24 field goals made. So our two kickers, our punter and our kicker, right, was our representation in the league leaders. Let's go to team rankings here. Offense. Where am I at? Oh, wow. Look at that. 26. 26 ranked offense in the league. Only the Falcons and the Steelers was worse. Passing, we were 17. I bet you we were dead last rushing. No? Okay. 22nd rushing. Wow, that's about the worst for me too. For offense. How about defense? There, we was #1 defense, alright? #1 against the pass, #1 against the rush. Cool beans. So even though we our guys didn't have the sack numbers and the interception numbers, but that's only part of the story, So I mean, you don't always get those, but you can still tackle a running back short of the first down and force a punt, or force an incomplete pass, force a punt too, or get there you go. Let's see. And we did the standings. Okay, so we're all good there. Let's now simulate the wild card games and see who's moving on, and then we'll see who we're facing tonight in the playoffs. So it's the Bengals and the Browns. The Battle of Ohio will be our opponent tonight. So let's get it rolling here. First up, Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, Miami, 35-24 over the Chiefs. Down to Joe Robbie. Dolphins moving on to face the Bills in the divisional round. Ooh, New York Giants in. Chicago Bears. Could be a tough game. Two good defenses. Giants 21-13. Yep, that sounds about right. Both teams have, great defenses, but the Giants, have a better offense. All right, here's the game we're looking at here. Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals. The Cleveland Browns pull out a win, 28-21. So that game was at Cleveland Stadium. So Cleveland Stadium was rocking that night. Boomer Esiason had 3 interceptions. That's be your big difference in the game, right? 28-21, close game. So the Browns are moving on to face the Chargers in the playoffs. So we're going to see if we can get some payback from that loss they gave us early, and midway through the season. So, cool. Browns, Chargers, Wargasm. It's on, man. Alright, let's continue. Washington Redskins, Philadelphia Eagles. The Redskins 35-17. Well, they was division champs, even though that don't mean anything. But they had they had a better year, and they looked like they had better. They obviously had the better team this day. Pretty convincing win there. So there you go. The wild card games are in the books, and the divisional round are set. We got Dolphins, Bills, Browns, Chargers. Then over here we got Giants, Packers, Redskins, 49ers. There you go, guys. Well, that's going to conclude our season summary pregame show for the Chargers. So yeah, that record, the win-loss record might be a little deceiving, because you're like, well, 14-2 dominating season. It's like, well, it's a good record, but like I said, when you consider our offensive numbers there, we kind of, I don't know if we can do it with this squad, and with this squad and again, in my playing style, right? I just don't know, because we were, like I said, we were eking out wins in the second half of the season, right? So in the playoffs here, if we would get past the Browns, we're either going to be facing Miami or Buffalo. Like I said, we barely beat Miami too, and then over here, who knows who's gonna. I doubt we could get lucky, and the Packers, make it all the way, because of the 4 teams there, that'd be the one we would like to play the most if we would make it to the Super Bowl. But the odds of the Packers getting past the Giants and then getting past either the Redskins or 49ers is not likely. So with this Chargers team, I don't know. But hey, it's just one game at a time, right? We're not going to be negative here before we even get started. So anyways, guys, that wraps up our season summary pregame show. We'll see you tonight when we take on the Cleveland Browns from Jack Murphy Stadium out in San Diego. All right, we'll hope to see you there. So until then, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you when I see you. But if this is your first time to the channel, tap subscribe, then the bell ding ding, so you're notified when I upload new videos. So until next time, guys, stay frosty, keep it retro, and come Lord Jesus.
We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
And liftoff. We have liftoff. Challenger has cleared the tower.